Oh, the last month.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Esoteric Atlanta, and of course, for today, Esoteric Australia. I apologize. We are a couple of days behind when we normally release our December forecast, but as many of you guys know, especially the Americans, we had a huge holiday here. Thanksgiving is a really big holiday here in the United States, and I keep saying tomorrow, I know I can't wait for my non-American friends to come over and celebrate Thanksgiving with us one year because it's my favorite holiday. Because you know why, Teymara? It's not a holiday where we give gifts. There's no gift giving. It's just you sitting around a table with your friends and family and having a bountiful meal and just being gratitude for everything that we have in this country, in our lives, and be grateful for the food, being grateful for the fellowship. Everything is closed, and so it's very quiet in the world. We have a big Macy's Day Parade, which I still love the Macy's Day Parade. It's in New York City. All of New York shuts down, and Macy's is a department store here, and it's been going. Miracle on 34th Street. That movie starts off. And all these Broadway stars do numbers on the star. The Rockettes do their little kick line. It's just such a fun day. And again, no pressure because there's no gift giving. It's just sharing food with people. And so with that being said, you guys, I was up in the mountains. I was telling Teymara we did a huge hiking trip. I think we almost killed each other at one point because it was so hard. I'm still sore. But that is nonetheless why we're a few days behind. But hopefully we will have this up. Today is December 1, Monday. It's 5:12 a.m. for me. So hopefully I'll have this up by this afternoon for you guys so you can get your...
Oh, cool. Okay, so late at night here. So Barton will get that in the morning.
Yep.
But when I've done my weekly, I've let people know.
Yeah.
You know, the December won't be up probably until the 2nd of December over here. Yeah.
Yeah. And I appreciate you, Teymara, being accommodating to the schedule that we have here in the United States.
Hello. Like 2 days is not going to kill anybody.
And I know the Americans
we've been through enough. Right, but it's like we've got a lot. This month is going to be a very, very powerful month because it's the last month of a 9-year cycle. So when we go into January of next year, we start a whole new 9-year cycle on the planet. Yeah, so this is the year of endings. Yeah, it's the endings. And if you sort of sit and if we look back over this year's journey, you will be able to then see how much has actually changed on the planet, how much has actually ended. Yeah, as we're getting things cleaned up, we're getting things cleaned out. Yeah. So we've finished our November. And our November energy, as you will remember, it had like a double energy vibration. It had to do with like partnerships, but it also had to do with Jesus' energy vibration as well. So I was expecting a lot to come up. Then in regard to religion, and that's exactly what's happened. And we've also got planet Saturn it's gone back into Pisces. So it was in Pisces for a couple of years. It moved into Aries. Now it's gone back into Pisces and it's there until February, about mid-Feb. So anybody that's a Piscean, you're getting hit with this energy again. But a part of the Piscean energy has got to do with religion. So we've got all of that religious energy that's coming up all over the planet, but it will be pretty full on through until we get to that mid-February, and then mid-Feb of next year it starts to move. And then I'm zooming in on March of next year as being a very, very important month. All right, because it's going to be a month energy. March will be a very, very strong energy vibration to do with a lot of death and transformation, a lot of change, a lot of doors closing on things that have been a part of our lives, and new doors that will be actually opening up. So with December 2025, the last month of the year of endings, things will open up regarding all forms of communication, and only believe what has been proven. It's like really, really important, because it's communication, and it's going to be communication on all levels. So you just don't jump at something and go, oh, well, this is great, this is fabulous, right? This is what it's like. No. Who's saying it? And I'm also making it very, very clear with my clients when I'm doing my sessions with them that you must stop listening to mainstream media. And also a lot on, with our social media as well, because there's so many people that are going on now and trying to create a whole lot of confusion. So they're going to start playing a lot of mind games with people. So you just have to really, really pull back. Just listen to those that you really align with. And we've changed a lot. People have gone through a lot over these last few years. And as I say to people, it's fine to move from following one person to following another, because you're growing and you're changing. And you'll have some people that are doing podcasts and whatever it is that they talk about, because they're basically quite set in the agenda that they work with. Which is also good, because you know that if you want to know something about this particular subject, well, then it's this person that you actually listen to. But at the same time, I'm just finding that a lot of people are moving on from a lot of people that they've been listening to. And like I say to people, as soon as you start to get any form of negativity, right, you've got to stop. You've got to stop listening, because that's going in. Everything's going in. Everything goes in at that subconscious level. So we also have the month of exposure, inspiration, determination, things ending, no more money being manipulated by males. Going to be in control. So all of this is coming up. It's a month of self-mastery, leave the past behind, bringing in a whole new way of thinking. Many will hibernate while others will celebrate. Women, trust your gut feelings when it comes to money. Try to focus only on positive outcomes. Protect your emotions and trust your gut when it comes to all relationships. Things are not what they seem. Stop handing your power over to others. For God's sake, stop it. Stop it. Because when you do that, I've had a lot of people with the weekly, and they're asking me questions well, what do you think about this? And my answer is, what do you think about it? Don't come to me. You do your work. Don't ask me, what about this? What about that? What should I do? What shouldn't I do? I said, you have to trust you, because if I was to answer that, and then you were to go and you were to follow that, and it didn't work out, then you could blame me.
Exactly.
So it's so take responsibility for yourself. Make your own decisions and stop asking other people what they think that you should do. Okay? So becoming your own person will be very important this month. Satanic energy will be exposed, but it's got drip, drip, drip. So they're being very, very careful and very strategic in regard to how they are feeding that information out. Take care of yourself. Christmas won't be what a lot expected it to be. Time for many to stand apart as justice will prevail. We will face a new cycle concerning all forms of financial security on the planet. An overseas country will lead the way. More of the light pushing all connected with the dark. More of the light pushing all connected with the dark out of positions of power. Business is being restructured. Focus on the EU in regard to this. All right, so really, really interesting. And it's saying interesting times afoot. Okay, many will find it necessary to rest. We're living on two timelines, guys. Yeah. We're living on two timelines. So we've got this 3D that is still going on, and we're having to deal with that. We're having to live on that. And then we're up here with our 5D energy. So we're exhausted. We are absolutely exhausted because we're doing the two, and we have to do the two because we have to do this here. We've got to go. We've got to get food. We have to do that. We have to work. But then we've got this other, which makes us like very, very, very connected to spirit, very, very connected to God, and knowing what is going on, knowing where Trump is at. I just go, thank God for the drops. I mean, I would just be lost without them. And thank God for the men who really know what they're doing in regard to working out exactly what it means, but then going back and going, well, here it is back here and here it is here. So getting that understanding, I find, is like really, really like wonderful. It's like, okay, great. All right. So now I'm fine. But yeah, this two timelines is it's doing my head in, absolutely doing my head in. And it's so exhausting. Now, those focusing on making more and more money, purchasing more and more things will see a form of destruction. Right. Okay. Bringing things down. So creating the carrying of a lot of burdens, forcing those living in denial, having to face reality. Boy, oh boy. Okay, that's heavy. That's heavy. Okay. But hey, it had to happen. It had to happen. The light will be shone, so there will be no way but to see what has been going on and for how long. But as we say, the best is yet to come. January, a whole new 9-year cycle begins on the planet. So this is why December is so very, very powerful of this particular year, because we are in the year, and I've said it over and over again, 2025, the year of endings, 2026, the year of new beginnings. So you have to make sure that you clear everything and everyone out of your life that needs to go, like really important. Okay. Now, lots of movement until the 22nd, when things will start to slow down. Around the 9th, I got a strong hit, something to do with the military. The 11th and 12th, keep your eye on details, the details about everything. And if you are getting influenced by anything that social media or whatever, that they're saying certain things, please look into it. Or if they're saying things right on their feed, like, where did you get this information from? Has this been proven?
That's so important. That's so important.
Do not accept anything at face value. And just because you've been following somebody and they've been really great, like, own your power. Don't hand your power away, because they may say something and you may interpret it in a certain way, and then you'll go on a tangent, and it's not what they said.
Right.
So you have to keep your eye on details. You have to listen. And then it's like your gut feeling is very, very important. Now, on the 13th, a balanced stance will be important. Then the 16th and the 17th, intensity is going to rule all aspects of your life. So like around the 16th and the 17th, I'm just sort of like stepping back. So I just use these dates and I go, okay, so we've got this going on, that going on, that going on. And I just keep an eye on things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just keep an eye on things. The 18th and the 19th, momentum will be reached. Okay. The 21st and the 22nd, a practical and logical approach is advised. The 23rd and the 24th, now this is going to be about humanity. Right, okay. Humanity will rise up. Christ consciousness will start to be activated in the minds of the masses. Oh God, I love the stuff that they give me. And then I read it because I don't remember. I'm just madly writing. Yeah. So that is leading into like Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Which is like really interested, but it's the 2 days before, the 23rd and the 24th. Really interesting. Now, then we jump to the 28th, and there's something to do with the military around the end of the month. And then on the 30th and the 31st, be practical and logical, listen and trust warnings. Okay, now the 1st to the 11th around communication, all communication will be intense. Then we're looking at the 12th to the 31st, heated communication. So take care over Christmas, walk away from any form of confrontation. Just walk away. Don't even get involved. It's called like just shut up. Okay? Basically, just shut up. All right. So we've got to do with relationships the 1st until the 24th. We've got a watch for an unsettled energy concerning all relationships, and take your life in a new direction regarding your career. So it's all around that energy. It's like it's really, really interesting. From the 25th to the 31st, to do with relationships, things are going to become a lot more practical. Okay, a lot more practical and a lot more logical. Okay, the 1st to the 14th, a lot of moving forward with things like new ideas. All of that is really, really positive. Okay. A lot more approach will manifest from the 15th with a more grounded energy concerning all relationships. Yep, right. I've already covered that one. Now, there's still going to be confusion on the planet concerning religion, but that's what I was talking about before. Okay. So we've got a very, very heavy planet that is sitting around everything to do with religion. And it's going to take us right through until about mid-late February.
That makes sense.
Okay. And then when we move into our March energy, then we move into that energy vibration to do with like death and transformation. So March is, I keep on zooming back into March of 2026.
That makes a lot of sense with the,
Yeah. So now, do you have anything to say, any questions? Because that's the end of the predictions for December.
I got chill bumps thinking about like this time, like actually more like, so we're coming at the end of 2025. 2016, for the people who are not Americans, you might not know the specific dates. That's when Trump was elected the first time.
Right.
So that makes sense. The 9-year cycle is ending because it was 2015, I believe, when he came. Someone correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. Came down the escalator and made the announcement.
Yeah.
And of course,
that was 2015.
Let me double check. When did? Because I'm just looking at when did Trump come down? Whoops.
Throw his hat in the ring. Yeah.
2015.
Yeah. Okay.
June 16, 2015 at Trump Tower in New York City.
Well, that's interesting. Okay. Because if we look at 15 and we add the 2, that comes to 17.
I'll show everybody here. They're not there. Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah. It was June 16th. So thinking back to this, like it's easy for me because of to remember where I was, because these last years, this last decade, I've been going back and forth to India so much that I can kind of remember things.
Yeah.
When you said 9-year cycle, I was like, oh my God, because this is when the announcement was made.
Yeah. So that was the universal number 8 vibration. And like I said, 2015, you got 15 and 2, that comes to 17. Now, then the following year, 2016, what are we looking at? That was when he was actually
elected.
Okay. Now, that was 2016, but he didn't take over until 2000. When was he sworn in?
The 21st of January. No, is it the 21st? Correct me, Americans, in the comment section. It's early in the morning. 21st January is the swearing day, or the 20th of January.
And that's the following year.
That's 2017. So let's see.
Okay.
I'm looking at WikiLeaks. When did that come out? When did
Because 2017, because now the whole of the year then that he ran, the 2016, right? Now, that was the universal year of endings, which is what we're in now. What we've been in this year, yeah? So when he was sworn in, that was the new beginning of a 9-year cycle. So that's what we pick up in January of next year, right? A whole new beginning. So I mean, look at what happened. Look at what happened in it was a whole new beginning.
It's crazy. Well, and I looked for, so if you guys remember Seth Rich, rest in peace. He was unalived, we'll say, on July 10th of 2016. So who is he? I looked to see like when WikiLeaks dropped, but WikiLeaks was originally created in like 2006. So I'm talking about the big drop of like the Clinton emails.
Now this is really interesting, because if you look at that's July the 10th, 2016. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then July is the 7th month. So 10, 17.
There we go. And he was, so you guys, this was the boy, basically. He was young, younger than me, 27 years old. He was an employee of the Democratic National Committee. And of course, this is what they're saying. I'm trying to keep this on the YT. Whoops, why is that? Okay, that's not what, didn't mean to look that up. But,
so he was the one that our wonderful guy, he handed it to
Julian Assange.
Him.
is
to
what
Julian Assange. Yeah.
we think is what, so leak the DNC emails. And this is, so that happened almost a year after Trump announced his bid. And I
Yeah.
do believe, this is my opinion, of course, I don't know if we'll ever fully know, that the 2016 elections went the way they did because of, oh, sorry, it was, so let's see, it was leaked on, so he was taken out before it was even released because it was released on July 22nd,
Yeah.
2016. So this is
Yeah.
probably what helped Trump win,
Yeah.
was because people were like, I read them. And then, of course, we saw and that's when Trump started talking about fake news, right? Fake news, fake
Yep.
news, fake news, like really pointing out
Yeah.
how the media lies to us,
Yeah.
which some
Yeah.
people still
Yeah.
don't understand that the media lies to us
Yeah.
still. Um,
Yeah.
and this was also the time when CNN, so after the emails were leaked and everybody was reading about everything going on in the White House under Obama, between Hillary Clinton and Obama, this was around the time when CNN did a broadcast telling the American people that if they were to read the emails, they would be liable to be punished.
That's
Federal-
right.
And that
I remember that. I remember that in the news.
it was a
And I
bold-faced
looked
lie.
and I looked at it and it's like, what?
You can't charge somebody in a federal crime for reading something like that. And so
Uh-huh.
that is really when CNN like splat, like
Yeah.
really fell from grace because it was such a bold-faced lie. And
Yes.
even at
Yeah.
that point, super
Yeah.
liberal people were like, wait a minute, we don't live in North Korea. Like you can't arrest somebody for reading something. Like that makes no sense. And so that's when that was like the echo, the splat heard around the world because
Yeah.
it was so ridiculous. And so that's,
But it's interesting because 2016, because then that's when there is Trump.
yeah. And then he won. It all like the dominoes falling into place. And now that we're coming into the 9-year cycle, which then he started his first term,
That's
2000.
right.
Think about everything that's happened in these 9 years.
Oh, look,
Wild.
I mean, unbelievable. And I can remember that I rang my clients and my friends in LA, in Beverly Hills and all of that. And they went, I got phone calls in like, he's running, like Donald Trump's running, what do you think? I went, he'll be your president. And
Yeah.
they went, he won't. And I went, he will. And they went, Teymara, no, you're wrong. No. I said, he will. He's going to be your president. So just suck it up because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right. And they just go well, you're never wrong.
I don't
And I
know
went,
how anybody
when
could.
I get told stuff, I get told stuff. And it's like, he's going to be the president. Yeah.
And I honestly don't know how anybody, after reading the WikiLeaks, I don't know how anybody could have voted for Hillary. Like, I don't know how anybody could have, in their right mind, voted. I mean, regardless of what you think of Trump, what's in those WikiLeaks out of her own mouth?
Yep.
She should, I mean, she should have been arrested a long time ago. Let's just put it that way. She's a psychopath.
Yeah.
And so I think I remember when he was elected. So that was the first 2016, and this is so embarrassing to say because my parents raised my sister and me to always vote, especially as women. Like this is your right, this is your duty. I was so confused in the 2016 elections, like because I didn't understand everything at that point. A lot of us were
Yeah.
very confused that I just
Yeah.
didn't vote. Like I just did not know what to do. I did not want to vote for Hillary. I didn't understand what was going on with Trump. I was very confused. And so I just packed up and went to India and just thought, you know what, universe, I don't know what to do. And so I'm going to do nothing. And I'm going to let the dominoes fall as they will. But I was terrified of Hillary. Like Hillary scared the shit out of me. But so many people were so excited because she was a woman, and I was like, if you're a true feminist, it doesn't matter if she's a woman or not. You're picking the best person for the job, and she's not good for this job.
Yeah.
And Todd and I were in India, and we woke up the day that they announced, and we went down to a cafe that was showing American news. And I remember sitting in the cafe watching the news in India, all these yoga people, now I look back and I roll my eyes, were like crying. And I just kind of sat there and I felt so peaceful. Like, I remember that my first thought was, thank God Hillary didn't, thank God, like, she didn't win. And then I
Yeah,
was like, well, this is going to be interesting. I was like, he's not a politician. He's definitely not
that's
a politician.
right.
I was like, this is going to be so interesting.
Right.
And I was so
Yep.
peaceful. And I noticed Todd wasn't really saying anything either. And then we walked back to our apartment and we both were like, this is going to be good. Like, I don't know why those people were crying. Like, I feel really good about this. This is going to be interesting. And Todd
Yep.
was like, yeah, me too. And Todd's a registered Democrat, right? And so for
Yep.
him to be like, yeah, me too. I feel pretty good about this. I'm a registered Republican. I've always been a registered, he's always been Democrat, but he had never voted Republican ever. And
Mm.
so we both didn't vote that election because we didn't know what to do. And so feeling that moment of like serenity, and then
Yep.
after that, it was on. I was a total supporter. Like, here we are on
Yep.
Esoteric Atlanta,
Yep. And here
you
we
know. And
are.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just wild. I would love to hear from our audience members watching this. If you're on RUMBLE, you can be a little bit more candid. If you're on YouTube, because I'm gonna try to keep this on YouTube, we'll see what happens. Watch your comments, watch your words. But I would love to hear from our friends watching tomorrow, like the past 9 years, what they remember when all this
Yep.
kicked off. Like any,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, awesome. Because I answer everybody
yeah.
who sends through comments. Now I've got the my morning mantra, but I'm going to do that next week,
Okay.
right? On my weekly, because I've already done my weekly. I did all of that today. But I will do it with my weekly one, which will be, it'll come out next Monday. So that I can take them through the mantra so that they can start working with it, because people have been asking me, will you please take me through the mantra again? Yeah.
Yeah. And now a word from our sponsors. This episode today is brought to you by Fusion Body Studio, the online fitness boutique that makes it finally feel fun to take care of your body, your mind, and your soul again. Whether you're just starting out, coming back after a break, or ready to level up, Fusion Body Studio has something for every fitness mood. We have low impact workouts, strength training, Pilates inspired burn session, bar, yoga, mobility flows, plus guided classes that fit right into your busy day. No judgment, no pressure, just real movement that meets you where you are. And the best part? You can work out anytime, anywhere, even in your pajamas. Fusion Body Studio is all about sustainable results, programs you can actually stick with, coaches who encourage you, and an online community that cheers you on every step of the way. So if you're ready to feel stronger, more confident, and more connected to your body, mind, and soul, now is the perfect time to join. Just go to www.fusionbodystudio.com and enter discount code Teymara20 at checkout for 20% off your first 6 months with us. That's Teymara, Teymara 20 at checkout. All links to Fusion Body Studio will be down in the description box below. Fitness can be hard, but that doesn't mean it can't also be fun. And we look forward to having fun with you over on Fusion Body Studio. Now back to the show.
So, okay, let's get into this. So, President Trump is striving to cut the federal income tax completely. And that was on, and we know, on the 29th of November. He's striving to cut it completely.
Thank you, because we are so overtaxed. Every country, I think, is just overtaxed at this point. It's wild. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think the thing is like, as you said, with your, your tax year like this year, that people just didn't do it. They just
after
haven't
the
done
Doge
it
reports,
because
people were done.
after the Doge reports, where all your money was going. Yeah, and it's interesting because here in Australia we've got a lot going on to do with our leaders, and we've got a woman that's been around for a long time, and she was very much into do not let, this immigration, do not bring people in from that country or that religion. Yeah. She's been on about it like for a long time, and she sort of like has always been like over there to one side. Well, this, and she's just recently was invited to Mar-a-Lago, and she spoke in regard to Australia and what we're actually all experiencing here. Like she was like amazing. And people here, your average Aussie went, she's what? She's in Mar-a-Lago with Trump. It's like the Prime Minister went, he was there for about like a couple of days and then he was gone. Yeah. And Trump actually ignored him at all of the different meetings that they all have. Yeah, he would just ignore him. Yeah. Yeah. So, and then people were going like, well, with her, it's like, well, she's here and she's doing this and she's doing that, and what is, and she's connected to this, this group or that group. And I go, listen. What did Trump say? I had to be and stand for a party.
Yeah.
Because only standing with a party was I able to get in. Yep. To then see all of the corruption that was taking place. I couldn't stand out as an independent on the outside of the circle and make the difference that I needed to make.
Yeah.
And I said to people, this is the same with this woman. This woman has been there for how many years? She knows exactly how it all works. She knows the game, everything.
And you said her name was Pauline?
Yeah, Pauline Hanson.
I'm going to just show her a senator in Australia, you guys. Correct person?
Yep, that's her. And she's an Aussie. She is a full-blown Aussie. Right down there, she is in her burqa. In Parliament.
Tell my audience what you told me about this before we started. This is unbelievable what she did.
Yeah, she said we're Australians, and if people come to our country, they have to honor our country and honor our customs. And therefore, it's like the others in Parliament, they're all very like diplomatic in regard to, because they're wanting all of these immigrants to come in. But we've got women like wearing burqas.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, well, she's going, well, no, if you're coming into our country, you dress. You're not wearing that. So in Parliament, it states that there is no dress code.
Right.
Right? So she's done this before. This is the second time she's done this. So she turned up in her burqa, didn't she?
Yeah. That what you guys saw?
And they lost their shit. And it's like, and told her that she had to leave. And she said, but why? And no, she couldn't table anything. She wasn't allowed to speak. She had to leave. Now they've tried to jail this person. Talk about, running like a bit parallel with Trump.
Right.
They have tried to get rid of her in every way that they can. And they can't. And now her approval rating is starting to climb. Oh, yeah.
So
because the
basically, like
average,
what's happening in Australia is the same thing that's happening here in the United States and the
that's right.
Western world,
That's right.
being
Yep.
overrun with people
Yep.
from the Middle East. And she basically wore a burqa to prove a point into the Senate because there was no dress code. They kicked her out for wearing it, but yet these are the people who embrace
Yep.
this flush of people. It's wild, you guys, what she's done. And these are political
That's what
stunts.
she said. She
Yeah.
said, but you embrace them. You want them in,
Yeah, so I can't
right?
wear a burqa.
So I can't wear a burqa. Yeah,
But yet you want them, like, so you're speaking out of your ass, basically. You know
that's
that
right.
this type of behavior does not mesh with Western society. I was telling you, Teymara, I was horrified the other day. There was an NYPD video of NYPD women showing, which is the New York City Police Department, for those who are not from America, a big police department. They were women from the NYPD cops were showing Western women in New York how to wear a burqa, how to wear so they didn't hurt the Islamic people's feelings. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We have freedom of religion in this country. Absolutely. I would never take away the freedom of religion. But
Yep.
in America, we're Westerners.
Mm-hmm.
We don't cover our
But
faces
the
and our
thing,
hair.
but this is the whole thing, and I was saying to you before, I was listening to something, and this particular guy was reporting on like how the world will be broken up, like
Yeah.
that there will be like America will be running or will have like X amount of countries that will be in that particular lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's America, but America will be the main.
The governing
Then the
body.
other main will be Russia, and then Russia will have X amount of countries. And then we've got Japan or China, or China. China will then have X amount of countries. Yeah. And it's to, and he was saying that like with America, it will be English speaking countries and they will be Christians. Yeah. Then we're looking at like with Russia, it's like they will speak whatever language, and then this will be their religion. And then over here, we've got them and their religion.
Well, and it's just like the ridiculousness of it. Like if you move to another country, you adapt their customs. You don't expect the country to adapt yours. You came like
Well,
when the all these people from New York, no offense to our New Yorkers, were moving down to Florida, and all the Floridians are like, "You're leaving New York because of bad politics, because you voted wrong. Don't bring that bullshit down to Florida because we've been voting right. You know, you've got to adapt to our customs." And
yep,
again, I am totally for freedom of religion. I think anybody should be able to worship God the way they want to, unless that, not hurting other people. You have to be able to not hurt anybody else or not coerce other people. But to force people into your way of thinking and to force this
that's
kind of
right.
abuse, it's
That's
crazy.
right.
Mara, I was telling you, so many Western women in America are like pushing for Sharia law, and they don't even know. I was telling you, I've just ordered this book, you guys. I'm going to go ahead. There's a movie that they made based off of this book, The Stoning of Soraya M. Jim Caviezel played the actual French reporter who made this story viral back in the 90s, right?
I remember. I remember this. I remember this in the news because this is a true story.
It's a true story. And so I would
Yeah.
suggest
Yeah.
anybody who has friends that are maybe a little bit confused about what Sharia law means, a little bit confused about they're supporting this, to either watch the movie, The Stoning of Soraya M, or read the book. This
Yeah.
woman basically was in Iran, was married to this man who was very abusive, and they can, from what I understand, and any people from the Middle East can correct me if I'm wrong, but you're allowed to have up to 4 wives, which in itself should be illegal, right? That's illegal in most Western countries. You can only have one spouse at a time.
But you see, that's their belief
That's
system.
their belief system, because
Right.
women aren't
That's
human
their
beings.
belief system.
Women are
That's
not
it. That's
their
their belief
property.
system. So we can't say that they are wrong or that's bad. That's their belief system. That's the way that they've
Yeah.
been raised.
And
So
that's what they want to bring here to the United States and
that's right.
Australia. That's
Yeah.
the problem,
No,
because
no, no,
we
no.
don't play those
No,
games. We
no.
Well, so what happens in this culture is if Soraya was the guy Ali's first wife and his only wife at the time, and if he wanted to marry a 14-year-old girl, guys, so that's a whole other problem, another problem. In order for him to have two wives, though, he was going to have to support both of them, and he couldn't afford to support both of them. So if he divorced Soraya, with their custom, he had to give the dowry back to Soraya's dad. He didn't have the money to give the dowry back to Soraya's dad. So what did he do? He has to get rid of Soraya. So he creates a rumor that she's been having an affair. She never had an affair. And first of all, even if she did, the punishment for what happened to her should not have happened. She never had one. The town found her guilty. Within a day, they bury a hole. They put her in a hole so she can't move, and then she gets stoned.
Yep.
And the movie adaptation of this is very, they show it. They show the stoning. So just FYI, just a warning. But it's sad. It's a true story. And the aunt, Soraya's aunt, played by this lady who is, I'm not even going to try to say her name, but she's an Academy Award winner, gets a French journalist and tells him the whole story. And he goes back to France and writes the book, The Stoning of Soraya M., so that the world would know what happened to her, that she was murdered. And so this is Sharia law, guys. Like, this is what happened to her is legal.
Yeah.
It was legal in Iran. And so that's what they're bringing to the United States.
And bringing to
Australia,
a lot of,
England, Canada.
And England, Canada.
So it's not necessarily just about the religion. It's not necessarily about cover. It's what it represents. That is not due process. It's not what we do in the Western world. It's not, people come down hard on the Western world, Teymara, and yeah, there are problems in both. Nothing's perfect, but I love being a Western. I'm proud of my Western ancestors. I'm proud of the fact that our Western ancestors, all that they accomplished, and we never cover our heads as women in the West. That's just never something that's done. And so I would really encourage our watchers to get the book, the Stoning of Soraya M., watch the movie, have it laying around for any of your young friends.
What it's like, I'm just wondering if Pauline Hanson has actually read it. I'll buy a copy and send it to her.
Yeah, it's so sad. Soraya's name needs to be remembered.
Yeah.
She was innocent. She didn't do anything wrong, and she was removed legally.
Yep. But then this is their attitude about women, that we are like, we're nothing and we're disposable. Yeah. And it's all about the man. So Josh Hawley, I love him. I really, really like him. Josh Hawley announced on the 30th of November, Donald Trump and I are pushing for a full audit of all US funds sent to Ukraine. Americans deserve transparency.
Absolutely. All countries do. I'm gonna up that. All countries deserve transparency. All of them.
Absolutely. Peg has his decision to audit the Pentagon. He said there's a lot to uncover. Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson was appointed by an auto pen. So I think it's bye-bye. She'll be going. Really interesting. Let's get clear. The Venezuelan situation is about clearing out all countries in that region, which includes like Cuba, Mexico, etc., of child sex trafficking, drugs, and the cartels. That's what the whole Venezuelan thing is all about. So don't get your knickers in a knot thinking that you're going in and we're going to have war there. It's not. This is what it's all about. Okay, so keep your wits about you and just remember that with your media that they are lying. All of them are lying.
Oh.
Yep. President Trump just moved to end free college, food programs, and taxpayer-funded healthcare for illegal immigrants. The whole lot. And the central banks, as we know it, is about to go the way of the birds migrating north. Now, they closed down. Oh, this was hilarious. They closed down trading for 10 hours on Thanksgiving. They closed down for 10 hours. and it said because the systems got hot. And there's this TV journalist, right? There she is sitting there, and she's like really serious, looking into the camera, and she said, "I wonder if we have enough water to cool it down." I mean, okay? But in that period of time when it was shut down, silver went from 54 American dollars to 57 American dollars. So get ready, people, because your banking system, your money, your Fed Reserve, all of it, it's going down. And our silver is like climbing. I think it's even more today. I think it's more.
Sorry, I'm looking on my desktop because I pre-recorded a lot of stuff before we went hiking. But I have a video that's going to be dropping a little bit later this week called A House of Shadows. I just found it. It's about the Rothschilds. And I made it.
Oh, thank you.
I made it YouTube friendly. I scanned my script. I never script myself, but I'm doing that now for YouTube just to make sure I can say what I want to say within keeping with we got to stay in the game to play the game. And it's a way for me, I want to keep a presence on YouTube just to get people to the other platforms as well, because a lot of people don't know they exist. And we're going to go into I've already pre-recorded that. Now I'm doing part 2. I still haven't recorded part 2. That's why it hasn't posted yet. In part 2, you guys, speaking of that, Teymara, I was telling you about Sergei Monast and this French Canadian who was unalived by the establishment for releasing information. And I'm going through a heavy document of his right now. And so I'm doing like part 1s on YT that's curated for YT, and then linking you over to the full expose. And you guys, what we're doing with that, since we're here right now, please, if you have not, I've just opened up a Substack. This is what it looks like. Thank you guys for telling me, the people who told me about Substack. Substack has absolutely no censorship, no shadow banning. It works as a place where I can load videos, I can load podcasts, and I can send out newsletters and emails. So this might be great for you too, Teymara, because basically what it does, and I'm not putting everything. Well, so what I'm doing with Substack, so we have a lot of French viewers here on my channel who don't get RUMBLE. And so that's always been a problem, and it's not their fault. I never want to hold that against them. It's not their fault because that they can't get where we put our more scandalous and salacious stuff. So I've opened up a Substack because that's open to everyone. And so what I'm doing, you guys, is here is, we have part 1 and part 2 here of the first installment. I'm actually loading it up to my Substack. So let me show you guys what it looks like. It's free to subscribe, just like YouTube. So I have part 1 here. You can just click it to go to YouTube to watch. And then part 2 is right below it, where you can watch the whole uncensored. It's different. So this is more curated introduction. And then this is like the actual documents that Sergei Monast released, the actual documentations. And so when I load these, so what happens, guys, is I can put everything in a Substack. And once I post it, it gets emailed to you. So you don't even have to go to the platform. It gets directly dropped into your inbox.
Okay, all right.
This is
so Substack, just send me through the information because I'll get that one.
Yeah, it's great. I still haven't even explored all the options that Substack has, but it's brilliant because totally you can say whatever you want. It's totally, and so that is another backup to RUMBLE, you guys. So please make sure you are subscribed to my Substack. Even if I just have a video up on RUMBLE or on YouTube, I will send you an email with a link so that you don't have to go searching for it. And so it's a great notification system as well. And so especially for our viewers, and Teymara, if you open up Substack, let me know. I'll share it on my Substack to my audience. They can subscribe to yours as well. It doesn't work like YouTube. Like, we don't get any more perks or anything if we have X amount of subscribers. It's literally just
getting the information out there. We're talking about information, talking about the burqa and everything else. With Donald Trump, Somalians are causing a lot of trouble. We're not taking their people anymore. We're getting a lot of their people out. Donald Trump just announced that. And we've got a lot of gamma rays that are actually hitting us at the moment. So this is what's creating a lot of our energy, a lot of being really, really tired. Yeah. Also, Zelensky, now his closest ally, the head of the Ukrainian presidential office and Ukraine's number 2, resigns after an anti-corruption raid on his home and widening investigation. He was also Ukraine's chief negotiator with the US, according to Ukraine's media, which I think is interesting. And below the post was a picture cover of Time magazine of Zelensky with big white letters across it, "The End Game." So that was, I thought, right, okay, all of that is starting to move. Lots going on to do with London. I actually came across like the most, I mean, I was just going, oh my God, look at this. These were 2 men, Irish accents, yeah. Got in their car. They drove in the middle of night. They took off from England. They went through the tunnel to go to France and to go to where all of the boats with all of the Muslims and Somalians and whatever are all boarding these little power boats, right? Power boats that are supplied by, are you ready? The French government. So the French government and the English government are in bed together.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yep. And and there's buses, and they were saying there was buses of all of these illegal immigrants being bussed down from Paris. They all had little goodie bags that had all of the documents, everything that they would need was all there. Everything there was, it was unbelievable. There was notes in there in regard to what they need to do as soon as they hit England, where they need to go. They've got a pass for this, they've got a pass for something else. So here are these guys. And they're going, right, we've got to get in. So they get there. Then the bus, the buses arrived, but they were there and they're going, right, okay, cool. But they went in and they were looking through everywhere where they actually leave France in these boats. And what they're doing is that they went in and they were finding the boats buried. And what they were doing was ripping them to pieces, dissembling the motors on the back. Yeah. But they found all of these little goodie bags with all of these, scrunched up pieces of paper with all of the instructions of what it is that they need to do. So now what's happened from these 2 guys going in and doing this, now what they've got a whole lot of guys that are going over from England. Yep.
Good.
And they are destroying these boats, destroying the little outdoor motor, things that they've got, destroying them all because and they said, and that's when they found out that it's like all of this, and they've got it like, and it's all written down, right, from the French. Right, in France, they've all got it written down what it is that they need to do.
They're the Appalachian men of Europe. We're the Appalachian men that arrested. This is what.
Oh, I tell you, these guys. So then I rang David, or I sent an email or a text message to David Mahoney and just went, "Hey, mate, I've just watched this, and I'm telling you," I said, "you've got it. You have to look into this." Dave, it's like, because it is amazing. And these
I would love to interview any of these guys. If you guys are watching,
I know. It's like,
us.
Yeah. So I will, I'll go in and I'll have a look again because I wrote things down, but I watched it like a couple of weeks ago. And then tonight when I was going through things, somebody else had actually put it up as well. They've got the footage. So they put the footage and they put the footage out. They put it out on the social media, so people in England can see what they're doing, and they're learning that the French government and the English government, Starmer, that they're in cahoots together.
This is like the Boston Tea Party, you guys. This is just well, think about these historic moments where people have done something like that have made it history books. And so will be studied from generations to come. So if any of you guys are watching this or you know who these guys are and they want to come on tomorrow, and I would love to talk to them.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
Good for you.
Now, also in London, London will be United for Christ on the 13th of December. And in England, Wakefield Council, of all places, passes a motion against digital ID.
Good.
So they're going, no. Now, I thought this was interesting. Oh, boy. Japan has denied construction of a Muslim cemetery and just told the Muslims that if they're going to be in their country and somebody dies, that they can ship their bodies of their loved ones back to their own country and bury them there. Because in Japan, they cremate.
Yeah. A lot of Eastern countries cremate. So
but they've just said, no, you want to be in our country and somebody dies in your family, it's up to you. Trump in his Thanksgiving post, I will permanently pause migration from all third world countries to allow the US system to fully recover.
Good.
I'm going to terminate all of the millions of Biden illegal admissions. Only reserved migration can fully cure this situation.
And listen, I'm not against legal immigration. If people legally immigrate to a country and legally
but if they legally immigrate and if they take on the culture.
Yes, absolutely. And most legal immigrants will gladly do that. Most legal immigrants are so happy. They will.
I mean, we've got like my lovely little ladies down here at the little cafe that are from like Vietnam, right? And they speak English.
Yeah.
Like it sounds a bit weird sometimes, but no, they all speak English. I mean, they're amazing. Ladies. Now, did you hear about Elon Musk on the 29th of the 11th? He put out something that was like absolutely amazing. And he said violation of the oath of citizenship should result in deportation. And American citizenship is an oath to America. If anyone breaks their oath, they should lose citizenship immediately.
Yeah, that's treason.
Yep. And with one pen stroke, Donald Trump solves Britain's small boats crisis and humiliates Starmer. So these are the small boats that I was talking to you about. So I've got to look into that. So Donald Trump has done something. He's done a document. And it didn't have any more information. It just said, with one pen stroke, Donald Trump solves Britain's small boats crisis and humiliates Starmer. I love it.
That is hysterical.
Love it. I know.
That is hysterical. Yep. I mean, we've talked about the Pledge of Allegiance before, Teymara, because I didn't realize the United States was the only country that had a pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one country. You guys know it. The Americans know it. We had to do it every morning. Place your hand over your heart, stand up, and salute the flag. And I was watching with immigration, with legal immigrants, when they become citizens, when they get their citizenship and their paperwork, they all stand together in groups and do the Pledge of Allegiance. It makes me emotional. So many citizens that come here legally are so happy and grateful to be in this country that they would never give up their oath to the United States. And even our Vietnamese people down the street who own a salon, a nail salon, same thing. They speak not perfect English. They have American flags flying everywhere. They were one of the businesses that actually stayed open during lockdown because but the thing is, Brice, there was there's a guy and he was being interviewed and he said, like, I came to this country and I had nothing.
And he said, the country that I came from was not good. And it was very, very hard, and everybody was in a lot of pain. But I came here and I did it the right way.
Yes.
And I arrived here and I got myself a job. And then I met somebody and I got married. And I am now, I consider myself an American. I am an American.
Absolutely.
You know?
And the young kids, the media has done such a good job to get the younger generation to hate America for its freedom, for the possibilities that we have here in the United States. I was listening to a guy, and I can't remember the name of the podcast, a guy probably in his 30s or 40s, and he was interviewing two girls that were the children of immigrants. They were born here in America. They are American citizens. They speak with an American accent. This guy also speaks with an American accent. This is what's interesting. And he was asking them questions. Like, one person's family was like from the Philippines, one was from Mexico, but they were born here. And the girl said, he said, well, what if America went to war against Mexico or the Philippines? Which country would you support? And they both said, one said Mexico. Neither one of them said America, even though they're Americans. And the guy was like, well, that's interesting because you're an American. Why wouldn't you support your country? And they looked at him and said, well, you wouldn't understand because you've just been here for so long. And the guy was like, the guy was like, I was born in France. I'm French. I immigrated to the United States at like 2 years old, and my family got citizenship here. I'm a naturalized, even though he speaks with an American accent because he was here from the age of 2. His family he doesn't have heritage in America. He's French. And he was like, and being French by birth, but American by nationality at this point, he goes, I absolutely would support. If the United States went to war against France, I would stand with America because this is where my family worked hard to get us here, to give us this life. And I will always love France as my birth country, but I'm an American. This is the country my allegiance is to, I'm not even doing it justice, the way he kind of took them off guard because they didn't realize that he himself was also an immigrant.
Yeah.
It was astounding. It was breathtaking the way that he spoke about his loyalty to America because America is what gave him his life.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this was also something that I thought was really, really interesting. So the USCIS director has halted all asylum decisions until, he was saying, until we can ensure that every alien is vetted and screened to the maximum degree possible. The safety of the American people always comes first.
Absolutely. And it should with every country. We're not against immigration at all, but we want it to be legal and we want you to be vetted and we want to make sure that you're coming here for the right reasons.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
For the right reasons, you know?
So Trump is also, as everybody would know, this was on the 28th of November, documents signed by the auto pen, and they've actually worked out that there's 92%. They have all been terminated. So he's cancelled all executive orders and anything else that weren't personally signed. If Joe was involved in the auto pen, if he says he was, then he will be brought up on charges of perjury.
And that's treason. That's going against the American people. Yeah.
That was a Trump post on social media. Yep. And things about to change concerning the Commonwealth of the US, encompassing Canada, Mexico, South America, Caribbean, United Kingdom, Australia, and New Zealand. And I want to just thank my wonderful friend, and I'm calling her Shazza because she doesn't want me to say her name, right? Shazza. She sent me a message. She sends me through a lot of things to do with England, but like just whatever comes up on social media that she thinks that I would be interested in, she just shoots it through to me. Yeah. So, and then I go through it for our meetings. Yeah. And so she sent me this, and it was about Ricardo. Ricardo mentioned in September of 2025 that the military operation could be wrapped up in 6 months. Now, this was on our show in September. We did a show with Ricardo, yeah? And she said So that would make it March of 2026. And that's when I went, March of 2026 is a 13th fall. That's endings. That's death, transformation, closing the door on the past, opening the door to a new future. So interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Interesting. So that's my lot for December, guys.
It's also your birthday month. It's Tamara's birthday at the end.
Yes.
So
yes,
it's at the end of the month, though. So,
yeah.
and my sister as well, and my brother-in-law. My sister's a Christmas Day baby, and my brother-in-law is the day after Christmas. They're sit side by side with their birthday. So it's a big month. It's a big month of celebration. So you guys, I'm going to go ahead and remind you guys in case we have any new people here, people who just don't know. You should know by now. This is Tamara's website. If you would like to work with Teymara personally, you can go to her website. We'll be down in the description box below to find out.
Don't you just love what Barton's done?
He's a genius. He's so nicest guy.
And it's just so easy now. People just go, oh, it's easy. All I've got to do is go on that, click on that. It's really, and it fits on their phones really well.
He is literally the nicest human being as well. Whenever I send him over stuff, he's so cordial and so polite. So you guys, this is Tamara's website. It'll be down below. Can you see when I switched? Did it switch over? This is Tamara's channel. Can you see Rumble up there, Teymara? Am I on the right page?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Because sometimes it doesn't switch for the people watching. So make sure you guys, if you are not subscribed to her, I won't say the R word again because of the algorithms on YT, but please make sure that you are subscribed. I can't leak it on YT, but I can leak it on my RUMBLE page. But that's why I'm showing you guys, because YT is very upset that we're doing what we do, where we use YT as like an advertising post for this platform. So I'm not going to link it, but you guys see it. This is what it looks like. Just go to this platform, type in Tamara's name. This is what it will look like. Make sure you are subscribed to her so that you can keep up with the weekly, as well as she's also going to be posting our monthly. We post them on both of our channels. And my Substack will be down below. Let me know. Tell Barton as soon as you get a Substack tomorrow, shoot it over to me. I will post it for people because, again, you guys, Substack is brilliant. It's whoever runs it, thank you, because there's no like competition with numbers or anything like that. It's literally just a place where we can send you an email. We can post things that can't be posted elsewhere, and it's global. So all of our friends over in France who can't get access to these backup platforms can get Substack. So, and so it's genious. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Anything else,
girlfriend.
Before we sign out?
I'll probably see you. Well, it will be if nothing huge happens in the meantime, and we just, I get a message from you. Oh my God, tomorrow you want to come and do a show? Or I send it to you, Brice. Oh shit!
WTF?
Show. Yeah. Oh shit. So probably if we do it for January. No, it'll be a big one, January, because I'll also be dealing with the whole of the year, the new year energy as well. Yeah. So maybe like the 30th.
Yeah, latter part of December. Yeah, around there. We'll figure it out, you guys. And hopefully, hopefully I'll speak to you before then. But I also want to remind people, if you're part of that boat, we're going to call them the boat brigade. I can't speak. Of England and France. Yeah. Email me at esotericatlanta@gmail.com. My channel name at gmail.com. If you want to come on a show and talk to Teymara and myself, or what's your email address, Teymara, in case they want to reach out to you?
Yeah, the office at Teymara.com.
And please reach out to us. We'd love for you to come on. We'd love to celebrate you for all these brave people who are just fed
these men. And the thing that I loved is that it's like their dads.
Yeah.
Their dads. And they're saying, we are stopping these illegal immigrants from coming into England, our women and our teenage daughters. Absolutely. Their dads, they're going, I'm doing this for my daughters.
Yep.
Yeah, and my mates' daughters. Yeah.
This is you will go down in history books just like the Boston Tea Party when the men threw the tea over into the harbor, like the men
Yeah.
in Appalachia who literally citizen arrest the FEMA officers, beat them up and arrest them in order to get
Yeah.
supplies to their neighbors.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for those people who are brave, the French men who sprayed the it's my favorite story. The French guys who sprayed the government official buildings with cow poo a few years back, still my
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah. Yeah.
fantastic. So you guys will make history. You'll be the people that people study, and I know you're doing it for the love of family, but this is what it takes. It takes people doing silly stuff like throwing tea into an ocean, spraying a building with cow poo.
Yeah. But I think,
Disappearing
I think
a
the
boat.
thing is these two guys were saying, it's like, it's like you are lying to the English people. You are lying to them
Yep.
that these people are getting boats and coming over and they're being smuggled. No, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
They're being brought.
This is all set up.
Yeah.
And it's always, and they just said they bust them in. They bust them. All of the buses arrive.
It's going to be a yacht soon. They're going to be on like a celebrity yacht coming in.
I mean, it's like unbelievable, but they're little goodie bags. It goes, oh, right, here we are, one of the goodie bags.
No one's ever
Here's
given
one
me
of the
goodie
goodie
bags.
bags. And here's the paper. And then they give them like a toilet paper, a roll of toilet paper in their goodie bags. I mean, hello. And who supplies them that? The French government.
In cahoots with it. Listen, guys, the governments are all in cahoots.
Macron in cahoots with Starmer.
We didn't even talk about Candace Owens and her threat. Did you see that?
Oh, I know. She's gone underground at the moment.
Yeah,
like,
she got keep her in, I believe her. Keep her in your prayers. She got notified, and God bless the person who notified her that the Macrons had actually paid for her to be taken out, just like Charlie Kirk. So,
so just like Hillary Clinton, and Bill Clinton. Yeah, we've got to take all of the deaths of all of the people.
They were supposed to show up in court and provide with claims when she claimed that Brigitte was a man. They were supposed to provide proof in the American court that she was a woman. The Macrons obviously don't understand how the American court system works. They didn't provide the proof that she was, and now their solution was just to get rid of Candace. So it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And so pray for Candace and for her protection, and God bless her and her family. And I know they threatened. I heard they threatened one of her children as well, which is just even more diabolical. So God bless her. And
the mantra I've included in for us all to say was about getting rid of that God will rid the planet now of all forms of evil. And people with people of evil intent.
Done.
Yeah.
For 1 second, just to make fun of them a little bit, because the Macrons deserve to be made fun of. If they had just ignored Candace and just not brought any attention to her podcast.
I know. But what do they say? What do they say? When a person, you'll always know when a person's guilty because they are the ones that stand up and yell the most.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely, and it's the Streisand effect, like with Barbara Streisand when she got mad at a outlet for taking a picture of her house, and if she had just ignored it, no one would have known that was her house. But now everybody knows that. It's the same thing, and so they're dumb, you dummies. Like you have all the power in the world. Just ignore these people. We know you're a dude. Like come on, we know you're a dude.
Yeah, but then again, when we also look at this and we look at the big picture, and the picture is to do with a movie, it's like all of this is being played out for a reason.
I mean,
it's
so anyway, I'll be happy when those are publicly arrested.
When it's over. And we can give out our own Academy Awards. to all of the mask wearing people. Yes, actually,
All right, guys.
Love you.
Go get some sleep. I'm going to start my day. We'll
Yeah.
talk to everybody soon. Bye, everybody.
All right. Bye, folks.